Hello everyone, and welcome to Star Citizen Weekly for the week of February 22nd to 28th. So, first off, Monday we had 10 for the developers, where Kirk Domain and Darian Warren, first question. Because of the Xi'an thrusters, can you update us on the articulating thruster tech? And they said they are still working on the tech, but it will not fly as all the others, as in they won't just be calculating physical output of the thrusters, because that makes it very wobbly and flappy, they said. So, second question. Will there be only one ship manufacturer, or will there be more for each race? What is the signature of the Xi'an manufacturer? And before I get to the answer, in the Jump Point 4.2, I believe, there was the Xi'an article, and there was a lot about the manufacturer of the Xi'an, and gives a little backstory on that. So, the answer, they may expand it in the future. For now, the Vanduul will only have the one, and Vanduul will only have their components. The Xi'an will have human components for now. In the future, might have Xi'an components, and only one for them as well for now. Okay, so there should be, let's see. In regards to components, yes, there should be a picture about the coolers up on the screen right now. Will we get components stat page, e.g. the ship stat page, kind of the, this is how much output, this is how much it deals with, stuff like that. Will changing the components have a noticeable effect on the ships? Will they have a physical mass in the world, or will they actually be something or just a UI thing? So, as they will be real-world things that you can actually run into, pick up on your cargo bays and all that. And if you look at the picture, there's actually components, but then there's things you put in the components, there's sub-components. So that will be fun. Let's see, where were we? Yes. Next question. Let's see. Oh, yes. They will actually have a noticeable effect. There are components, so if you get a bigger powered plant, you're going to be outputting more power. If you get a bigger cooling unit, cool your weapons and everything faster. So that wasn't actually in what they said, that is just what they have said, not necessarily in the 10 for the developers. Okay, next question. Do producers know how to do everything, or does every producer have their one game aspect? Answer by, I believe this was Darian's answer. You do not need to know everything about the game, but they do need to know quite a lot about their aspect that they're working on. Let's say, I believe it's Los Angeles working on ships, specializing in ships, I'm pretty sure. Might be wrong. Anyway, but they would obviously have to know what in ships need to be tested and all that, and along that line. So they do have certain aspects. Let's see. Next question. How do they decide size components for what goes where? Or much like they said, a ammo box might be able to hold fuel or something, vice versa, in storage compartments. They have, much like the weapons, sized out each component to its, size 1 is this by this by this dimensions and so forth. So that's how they do that. And so when they say they need a cooler in a Gladius, well, it can only be this by this by this. So these are the parts that will fit. There you go. Do they feel pressure to release bigger and better stuff with every patch? Yes, they always are trying to outdo themselves. This was the second time I've heard this. I don't know which other thing it was in, but yeah, they were talking about a whole ton of how they want to do better for themselves, and they want to get this game done. Sounds cool. Next question. How do they coordinate future features and ship releases, much like the Starfarer and fueling, or the Orion, which is a mining ship, and mining as a feature? They are, he said, communication and planning go a big part And also, yes, they are meant to release as a thing together. So they don't want to have the Orion and not have mining, and they don't want to have mining without the Orion, because they're part of the same feature. Okay, next question. Are some of these smaller capships going to be able to land on planets? And when will we be able to do this? Up on screen now, you should see a picture of a landed concept art for the Idris. So, it's a great shot. Nice picture. So, just want to put that up there because they did show this landing on planets. They are discussing what ships can land, so I hope the Idris, I hope the origin jump should work. Bengal, probably not. But that's what I'm guessing. Anyway, some of the smaller ships will have either quantum travel or in-atmos flying. So something like a Merlin might have in-atmo flight. Maybe the Dragonfly might also only be in-atmo and not quantum travel because neither of them have it and they're too small. So maybe they'll come out with some special version of them or different ships for just traveling in system. So that was... I wrote myself something down and I don't understand it. Okay, so that was it for 10 for the chairman. So now moving on to ATV, which at the time of recording we have 2.1.2 live and 2.2.0 for PTU. So in the news, LA with Randy and Jeremiah. I wrote down Jeremiah. I don't remember anymore. Loads of work for the PTU. Working on the Caterpillar patches item system. Jeremiah works on the working on the cat concept, the heavy marine and the undersuit of the mid marine. Work on the heavy marine and undersuit and mid marine or medium marine. Got the okay, so I really like this system that they've said they're gonna put in and now are implementing, which is the undersuit or the under armor, I guess, and then whatever armor you need goes on top of that, so you're not full light armor or full heavy armor. You can say, well, I want possibly a mid armor chest plate, but maybe some light armor legs, maybe some heavy armor arms or something weird like that. Yeah. So, moving on to Austin, Texas with Jake. He's back from the UK, obviously. Work on 2.2 and Crash Handler. Talk about persistence, ship health, rep, etc., stuff like that. Obviously, shopping's going to be coming in hopefully in the next update, next big update. Aeroview and Asteroid Hangar getting a lighting pass. The guy who was doing it got pulled off when they went to Crusader. And that's it for Austin, Texas. So Foundry 42 UK. Tom and Nick Elms. He hasn't been on, so he gets the last name this time. Work on making controls consistent between EVA, FPS, land vehicle, space vehicle. They should totally have water vehicles. That's such a big thing. Full-time ship balance guy. They have one of those now in the UK. The FPS they said is coming along, and they're working on a Moby-Glass skin and apps for Squadron 42 specifically. So maybe we'll see some of that soon. Foundry 42 Frankfurt with Brian. Lots of AI work, he says. Loads of it. AI audio perception, so I can hear around them and see what you're doing. So I imagine that will go a lot into stealth play. So that will be good. We'll loads of stealthy plays and stuff, so infiltrating a compound might be a bit harder. We'll work on the level design pipeline. Started work on new landing zone. I really hope Microtech soon. They said, I'm pretty sure it was ArcCorp, Hurston, Crusader, Microtech, so they might be working on Hurston right now. looting prototype, and a new railgun is all that we're working on. And that is it for the news. So on to the interview with QA lead Vincent Santara. I've completely murdered that one. What is QA was the first question. Making sure, or he answered, making sure the game works and is fun. Next question. They have QA teams all over the world. Does each team have their own job? So very similar to one in the 10 for the developers about producers. And the answer, yeah, the UK does a lot of Squadron 42 stuff, but it also overlaps. ATX focuses on live developments or development builds and stuff that will be coming out soon. Next question. What would QA be testing up to a release? And he said primarily stability and things of that nature. If there's a certain new feature, be testing that to make sure it's testable for the people who are going to be in the PTU testing it, because it's the public test universe. Okay, so what ships do you take? What steps do you take when a new ship is flyable? There's a whole list he listed off. Checking the SCM speed, slide times, making sure the countermeasures are firing, making sure the door, or making sure the coolers are cooling, and making sure the weapons can swap out on the holo table, and so on and so forth. So next question. What does coolers and power plants do? Pretty simple. Power plants provide power for all the weapons and systems, and the coolers cool everything that might heat. So in the future we'll have computers and weapons and shield generators and all that. So coolers will be implemented to cool those things. So let's say you have a weapon, best weapon out there, it's been overclocked and whatnot, and you have a cooler that you've found floating in space. Probably 90% of the time not going to be a good cooler because it's been floating there, so somebody didn't want it. Anyway, so but if you go to maybe a cooler specific, maybe someone on Art Corp, that makes sense. They would have some really good coolers there because they make the engines. Or somewhere like Crusader, because they make the ships, they should have pretty good coolers, and get a higher end cooler, then it will help you cool down your weapons and engines and everything in your ship much better. Okay, enough ranting about that one. Next question. So coolers stop things from overheating or give you more time before they overheat, and he said that was correct, was the answer. So simple. Question. New feature in 2.0 is the hostility system. What can you tell us about this system? So if you can carry out hostile actions in a safe zone or monitored zone, there's an icon in game for that in the PTU. Then you will get a hostility level. Let's say you're going to comlinks, instead of turning them on, maybe you're fighting the security and turning them off. That'd be a hostile action. Or fighting other players when it's monitored, and so on and so forth. And the leveling system is 1 through 5. And there is actually, you get stuff for bounties, and if you have heat level on you, you can go to Korea and get that down. So, next question, where did you come from before and to Star Citizen? So, he said he had a long history in QA, and before this, he worked at Activision and a whole bunch of small projects. Okay, last question, how long have you been here? And he says about 4 months. So, that is all for that, the interview. Next is Wonderful World of Star Citizen. I didn't write down anything for this because I ran out of time, and it was, yes, ran out of lots of time. But they did say in this video, they said that if you go to the community hub and upvote different videos and things, that they might be showed on the Wonderful World of Star Citizen. So this show will actually go up on the RSI website. All the Star Citizen weeklies will be, if they are not already, from this point forward, they will definitely go on the community hub. So don't forget to go over there and like it, unless you're watching this on the Star Citizen website. So, last bit, MVP went to Josh Kabosh for the complete tutorial, and the sneak peek should be on screen right now. was the Reliant, and so you've seen some pictures of that. So I hope you all enjoyed this Star Citizen Weekly. Don't forget to leave a comment. Definitely ask me a question. I will, if there are questions asked about Star Citizen, I can add in a section into this video for answering some in-depth questions, maybe something about starter systems or ships or whatnot. I am almost all the time on the internet looking up concept art and what they plan to do for future things, so I got a lot of information that I can give to you. I just need direction on what you guys are wanting me to give. Okay, so that wraps it up. Hope you all enjoyed it, as I said. And don't forget to check out my Patreon page, first link in the description. And that directly supports this channel and all the crazy things that we're going to come up with. Hopefully this Thursday, I believe. Friday. This Friday. I should be live streaming on this channel while we'll be doing some speculative, which is my kind of theory craft. What is this going to happen? It will be component system oriented. So if you guys have any questions about the component system, or you guys just want a theory craft about it, don't forget to be here on Friday. I don't have a time, but I'll have at least one more Star Citizen video before then, so I'll probably have a time in there. So that is all, and enough rambling. I will see you guys in the verse.